Welcome to all my travelers out there. I am your host, Darren Beckett, and this is the Global Travel Podcast. For those who do not know my travel resume, I've been to 13 states, 15 countries on 5 different continents, but it is not about me. Here, we are giving you quality travel tips, insights, and recommendations on all the best destinations for ideas to enjoy your vacations. With that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. We are all clear for takeoff. All right, before we get to our destination, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, click the bell, and as a matter of fact, right now, if you could do me a huge favor, if you could just type in the comment section below, type in the words, I got my ticket. I'm going to come back. I'm going to respond, make sure you guys did all right, how the trip went, how the experience went. And then with that being said, on today's episode, we are taking a trip to the United Kingdom. So make sure you have your passports, your earphones, and something to snack on. With that being said, we do have a special guest today with us. But before I introduce this individual, let me just say this. This brother right here, I've been knowing him since 2009. So we go back 10 plus years. Great brother. We met in San Diego State University. This brother has been across the United States, across the world, been to 20 different states, 22 different countries. So he knows the things too about travel. So without further ado, welcome my brother, Derek Mack II. How's it going, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
Man,
Hey,
hey, glad to have you, man. Glad to have you a part of the show. We definitely appreciate it, man. Thank you for taking the time out to drop some knowledge on us about travel. All
hey, yeah,
right.
thank you. Much appreciated.
Of course, of course. So tell the people a little bit about yourself, man. Where you from? Where were you raised? What you do for work? Hobbies? X, Y, and Z. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born and raised here in San Diego. San Diego, California is my home. I went to San Diego State University, as you mentioned before. I met you
Mm-hmm.
in 2009, and
Yep.
I majored in electrical engineer at San Diego State. Um, Also, while I was at San Diego State, I used to play football for San Diego State for the Aztecs as well too. So I was involved with extracurricular. I was involved with a lot. I was involved with a lot of activities. I was involved with an organization called NSBE, which stands for National Society of Black Engineers, which got me involved with extending my networks out, stuff like that, and also got involved with different organizations at San Diego State as well. And then I actually got introduced to traveling by one of my mentors, which uh, which contribute to the job that I do now, where I'm currently now a cable engineer, where I travel across the globe where we lay subsea fiber optic cables, where we connect cables from one end of a country to another end, and it's an ongoing thing that's been going. I've been doing this project for about 5 years. I've been doing this company for about 5 years. The
Uh-huh.
company name is called Subcom, and as you said before, I've been around 22 countries so far with this job, and it never stops.
Nice, man. Hey, man, I know you got some stories to tell.
Yes.
Matter of fact, speaking of stories, what was your first trip? What like, because as travelers, we all get bit by what's called like the travel bug. So,
Yeah.
what was your first trip? Tell us about that story. How you got bit by the travel bug.
My first trip in general, first trip like on the job. Which way you want?
In general, yeah, just in general, your first trip that whatever made you like, you know what, I got to go on another trip. I got to go to another country. What was that first trip that you took?
My first trip really was study abroad. It was the end of my college career where I took the study abroad trip to the Dominican Republic. And
Mhm.
at first, I was like, yeah, I'm like, this sounds like a good idea. Dominican Republic. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, let's go. Let's do that.
Uh-huh.
So so one thing that helped me up was the money situation, stuff like that though.
Mhm.
And then my mentor called me. My mentor, his name was Dr. Bruce. He's also the teacher as well too. And
Mhm.
what happened
Mhm.
was he caught me one time just studying in the office. He's like, yo, Matt, what are you doing? Did you apply for the class? I'm like, no. I said, no, not yet. So at the same time too, I've been lagging. I was like doing things like procrastinating and stuff like that. So what he
Mhm.
did to make sure I go was he stood right behind me, and I applied for it. I applied for the class online. He watched me did
Mhm.
the whole nine, did everything. I had to
Now,
get
was you there for a whole semester, or was you for like a short period? We was only there for like a couple weeks. Or how long were you study abroad for?
oh, it was study abroad for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got you. Yeah, I remember.
yeah.
And then yeah, the DR, man. I've been to the DR before. How was that experience while you were studying abroad? What did you do while you was out there? What was DR about?
DR is about a lot of things, man. You see, like you get a really big culture shock. For one, you're gonna see a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people that look like you and me, and the only thing different is they speak in Spanish. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh wow, I'm like, oh damn shell shock. And
Mm-hmm.
then for me, I knew some Spanish, but not as much as I know now.
Right.
But I knew
Right.
some things where I knew enough just to get by. Then I realized that like as the trip went on, my Spanish started getting better because I started learning the words, stuff like that. I was like, okay, this is what they're trying to say, so I'm gonna use that word against them as well too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
aside from that, though, I exploring like a lot of things. I know baseball is a religion over there in the Dominican
Uh-huh.
Republic.
Uh-huh.
Baseball is their number one thing. You cannot disrespect them on baseball. They're like you can see right now in MLB. MLB is predominantly Dominican baseball players. You can
Mm-hmm.
see that right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I see as far like as us coming up as little kids, we probably played backyard football in the street or street basketball in the course. But for them, baseball was their thing.
Mm-hmm. Cool. What city did you stay in while you was in the DR?
I was in Santo Domingo. That is the capital of
Santo,
the Dominican Republic,
the
and
capital.
yeah, and that place
Cool.
right there that place is more of the city. It's gonna
Uh-huh.
remind you if you have been there before. It's gonna remind you of New York City. It's a straight up city. It's
Uh-huh.
like a lot of people. It's busy, fast paced, and
Yeah.
it's the real deal out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I've been to Santo Domingo. Did you happen to travel to Punta Cana or La Romana or any of those places?
I've been at the time during the study abroad. We went to Samana. We
Mm-hmm.
went
Mm-hmm.
to I believe it's called Baibe. We
Mm-hmm.
spent
Mm-hmm.
there. We spent a night at the resort, which is very beautiful, which is very amazing out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Mm-hmm.
want to go there for a vacation, relax, I highly recommend you go there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, we've been around. We actually toured the embassy out there in Santo Domingo,
Okay.
the U.S. embassy out there.
Okay.
We've also um we've also been to we actually went to one of the baseball facilities that was owned by the Milwaukee Brewers,
Oh,
and we
nice.
see so you see a lot of players that's on the pretty much the development team in the Dominican Republic where they train to compete against other teams, and then eventually when they get their skills up, they
Mm-hmm.
go up to the next level to join the MLB.
Right. Yeah, baseball is a religion out there. And then not only DR, what about some of the states? I know a lot of folks are traveling within the states right now. So what's some of the, let me say, top three states that you and I know New York is probably what your favorite, maybe. Yeah, but yeah,
You already know.
give her, yeah, of course. Give our people some insights on New York. What's out there to do, eat, see, all that in New York.
Oh man, the question is what's not out there to do in New York. New York is a city that never sleeps, man. Even with this pandemic, there's
Uh-huh.
still so much stuff to do out there, man. That city never sleeps. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot to do out there. You never you get so overwhelmed. Like if everything
Mm-hmm.
on a good day,
Mm-hmm.
beside the pandemic, you could go to a baseball game, basketball game, football game. They got events going on left and right. They got
Mm-hmm.
like there's so much things to do out there. Matter of fact, matter of fact, my birthday was on the 19th. I actually went to a lounge, cigar lounge, and where I actually just had a good time, spent some time, and they was over there DJing, playing music. And they're
Mm-hmm.
really hip hop oriented, music oriented. They got play all kinds of genres out there. But
Mm-hmm.
as you know,
Mm-hmm.
New York is a very big city. New York City is a very big city, pretty much the
Right,
biggest city,
right.
one of the biggest cities in the world. So
Oh, I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yes, literally.
Uh-uh.
Like you,
Wow,
like a lot of,
wow.
and then one thing I noticed too though, like a lot of people in their boroughs, in the five boroughs, they
Mm-hmm.
don't leave their boroughs. A lot of people don't
Really?
leave their boroughs. You
Okay.
got some that would leave, like that go around,
Mm-hmm.
but not many, not
Okay.
many.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this. what would you recommend to eat? Like I hear New York is good for what, like pizzas and
Oh yeah.
cheesecake. What do you recommend? Matter of
Well,
fact,
you
not only what do you recommend, give us the places, give us the names of the places so our folks can, they can look it up on
uh
Google or whatever and go check it out.
okay. You gotta go to Tom's Restaurant. That's off of Washington Avenue. That's off of
Tom's
Washington.
Restaurant, what they selling?
They sell it pretty much. They got the best. They got like the best breakfast out there. That's like in the
Mm-hmm.
morning. If you really want some good breakfast, that's the spot I'll go to right there. They got everything. They give you some good toast, eggs, bacon, all kinds
Mm-hmm.
different kinds of sausage, the grits,
Mm-hmm.
cheese and grits,
Mm-hmm.
whatever however you want, they're gonna give it to you. And the price is right, man. It's lovely.
And you must have read my mouth like, well, what the price is looking like? Is it affordable?
Oh no, it's affordable. It's affordable.
Okay.
Only thing with them, they take cash only, but they do got an ATM machine
Mm.
right there for you. They got
All right.
pretty
What?
much all these restaurants. Matter of fact, all these businesses they all got ATM machines all around. And
Right. Right.
only place that probably won't have it is like the grocery stores. You can use your card, but they also got ATMs as well too. But a lot of these restaurants
Mm-hmm.
they take cash only, but it's all
Oh,
good though, cause
really? They
yeah.
still only taking cash in New York? I thought they would have had,
Well, no, no, no. Well, you got some they'll take card, but restaurants like Tom's Restaurant they'll take cash only.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of the famous
Okay.
one. That's one of the famous one out there in Brooklyn.
Town.
And then
Okay, in Brooklyn.
yeah, I could give you so many pizza places though, but it's like you can go to any one of them. It's you
Give us one. Give us one pizza
give you
spot. We should. All
one.
right. So Tom's is breakfast. What's one pizza spot we should go to?
Ah man, what's this one called? I think it's called. There's one called Gus. There's one place called Gus Restaurant where they sell some really good pizza. That's famous. And then there's another one that's off of Prospect Place and Washington Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
pretty much every pizza place out there is like how it is in California. You got to talk how it is in Southern California. We got a taco shop in every corner. It's like that in New York.
Got you. That makes sense. And then
Yeah.
what about what other states? Matter of fact, let's just California. Let's do California.
Okay.
What you
Yeah.
know about San Diego, California? What you got for us for our because our listeners is all over. So
Okay.
what you got for San? What do you recommend?
San Diego. I'm gonna give y'all my very
Mm-hmm.
favorite taco shop, man. Cerritos Taco Shop out there in Spring Valley.
Really? I haven't even tried
Cerritos.
that. My favorite one is right on campus. What's the one on campus?
Cerritos.
Uh Trios. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cerritos.
I Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because that's my school and my campus, but man, that taco
Ah,
shop right there. I tell everybody go to that taco shop, man. It's right there on campus. You can't
but
beat it, man.
but
It's
here's the
good
thing.
prices and good food.
Here's the thing. Everybody got their own favorite taco shop. Like I could say, yo, I'll go to Cerritos for the burrito. I could go to
Mm-hmm.
this other taco shop that used to be where I used to live at, where I could walk there back in the day, and I used to
Mm-hmm.
go there just to get the rolled tacos. It used to be something
Mm-hmm.
like that. So
Right,
it's
right.
not just like it's not like you got one taco shop that's like you straight to go to. You could go to this taco
Mm-hmm.
shop
Mm-hmm.
for a certain type of food that you like, and then you go to
Mm-hmm.
another
Mm-hmm.
one for another type of food that you like as well. So it's like
Okay.
it's a variety of them all around.
Let me ask you this: what is far? All right, we got the food down on lock. What is it to do? And because yeah, San Diego's definitely known for their taco shops and Mexican
Yeah,
food for sure. They right next to TJ and Mexico on the border and all
yeah.
that stuff. So you want to hit that up. What about stuff to do? What is there to do, see, or in San Diego? What can our viewers
Well,
do?
San Diego, you can always go to the beach. The beach is always nice out there at the time.
Always
It's always warm. We go to the beach in December.
in this, yes,
It's, you go to the
sir.
beach in December and it's still be chilling. One
Yep.
place that everybody got to go to is Sunset Cliffs, where you can watch the
Mm.
sunset out there.
Mm-hmm.
You can just
Mm-hmm.
Google it. And you know what I'm talking about. Just go to
Sunset
Sunset
Cliffs,
Cliffs. You,
yeah.
you got a nice view of the sunset. Just
Mm-hmm.
go there around the time of the sunset. It's a good view.
Mm-hmm.
Downtown San Diego, go to the Gas Lamp.
Gas
You can,
lamp downtown. Mm-hmm.
that's one place to go to. If you like working out, I know a lot of people go to the convention center where they run up them stairs, do laps and rounds like that. They do get their little
Yeah.
workout on.
Yep.
It's not. It's
Yep.
right across the street from Petco Park. It's amazing view right there
Mm-hmm.
by the bay. You can see the Coronado Bridge. You can see everything, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
good spot to work out at, get in
Mm-hmm.
shape.
Mm-hmm.
Another good spot to go to where I've been to as a little kid is Seaport Village, which is a
Mm-hmm.
which is an amazing spot to go to. You can
Right.
also,
Right. Right.
yep. You can also go to the if you like baseball,
Uh-huh.
Petco Park is right there in downtown. Just watch the Padres play.
Yes, sir.
I'm a Yankee fan, by the way, but for the San Diego people,
I hear you. Well, I'm a Dodger fan for the San Diego and the Yankee fans. I'm a Dodger fan, and we did win the World Series
yeah,
this year.
you
My
did.
bad. You brought up the Yankees. I just
Congratulations.
had to bring up the Dodgers. My bad. I
Hey,
apologize.
it's all good. You got the
Yeah.
bragging rights. Y'all won hands down. I've been giving you Dodger fans a hard time a lot, and this time y'all won, man.
Yeah. Oh, don't
You know where the Dodgers originated at, though, right?
Brooklyn.
Yeah, they originated in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn Dodgers. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. You touche. You right about that. Touche.
yeah,
That is true.
yeah.
And then of course, shout out to the Lakers and LeBron James. Like, I had to do the shout out. You know, LA,
Congratulations.
we we doing big things in LA, so I had to shout my boys out. All right, cool. What other states have you? What other? We got New York, we got San Diego and California. What other states have you been to that you know about? Talk about.
I've been to Florida. Florida is one place I've been
Oh, what's
around.
up? What's up? Okay. What's up in Florida? What's out there? What's it do? What's it like?
Florida, they also got the beaches as well too. A lot of it's different culture oriented as well. You got your Cuban spot, you got your Jamaican, Haitian, Dominican spots out
Mhm.
there. I was in I've been there before where I was in Tampa Bay. I spent about a couple months with my uncle and my cousins out there. It's been a long time
Mhm.
since I've been out there though at that time, so I really can't get
Right.
insight on there. But
Right.
when I first got started with this job, I was in Fort Lauderdale for about a week,
Mm-hmm.
and for the most part, what I would do, we just go down to the beach, and they got string of bars down the street, stuff like that, where you could drink, enjoy your time, and then right across the street, you just got the view of the beach right there. You can go to the beach, go to the water, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Is that
It's
Miami you talking about, or what part of Florida we talking about?
This is Fort Lauderdale.
You did say Fort Lauderdale. My bad. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, Fort Lauderdale. Yep. Got
yeah.
you.
They're about 45 minutes north of Miami. So
Okay, okay.
if you wanted to, you could go to Miami if you wanted to.
Right. Because I was like, I know Miami got like a string of like
Yeah,
hotels and bars and
yeah,
whatnot, restaurants and everything. So yeah,
yeah.
Fort Lauderdale too. I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
see, the thing with Fort Lauderdale is more laid back compared to Miami.
Okay,
More
Miami's for the
like,
young ones, huh? For the
yeah,
millennials, for the young ones.
yeah.
I
Kind of,
got,
it's kind of like San Diego, Los Angeles. San Diego's more laid back. LA's more active. It's kind
I
of like
got you.
that.
Got you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Then what about the food? What do you recommend? I heard you say Cuba and Jamaica. What type of food would you recommend down in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, Florida?
You got a lot of Cubans out there, so you gotta get yourself a Cuban sandwich, of course.
A Cuban sound. What does that entail? I've never had. I'm going to Cuba. That's one of my destinations I'm trying to go
Oh,
to.
you gotta go.
Um,
Yeah, I heard about Cuba. I need to go there too as well.
yeah. What's on this sandwich though? This sandwich bit.
It's usually it's the Cuban sandwich like a ham, got mustard with pickles and onions. It got like a distinctive taste to it, but it's really good. You
Okay.
gotta try that. That's one thing that they were known for when I was out there in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's called a Cuban sandwich. Might be
Mm-hmm.
wrong, but it's pretty good.
Just call it a Cuban sandwich. They know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, cool. So now it looks like we have finally reached our destinations. I'm talking to all my travelers out there. We have reached our destinations safe and sound. So welcome to the United Kingdom. As we transition, we talked about a few places in the United States. And now speaking of UK, Derek, what's up? Well, tell us, we about to dive into details and all about the UK. So we switching
Yeah.
lanes, we switching all planes and all that. So tell us about UK, man. How was your experience there?
Oh man, UK got so much history out there. UK is amazing out there, man. It's like it's another world out there. But it got some similarities to the States, but they're their own world. It's amazing out there that you got to check out. Like when I first started out there, we was in well, I went to Scotland,
Mm-hmm.
called this place called Kirkwood, Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very small town.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take these like in order to get there, you got to take prepare the airplane just to get there
Mm-hmm.
from one of the major cities in Scotland. That's how small that town is. It's
Wow.
very rural,
Okay.
very rural. A lot of retirees lived out there. So I
Okay.
spent about a month out there due to weather and and the conditions out there for work. So since we couldn't work, what the only thing I did was went out there to explore, and they got a lot of history. When I tell you they got a lot of history, they got a lot of histories, like so much with the Vikings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Me
Mm-hmm.
and a friend of mine's, if you go on my Instagram, you can see I got a picture of me by these stones.
Mm-hmm.
These are standing stones,
Mm-hmm.
and they say they're older than the pyramids in Egypt. They've been
Oh,
around for
snaps.
1,000 years. They don't even know why they're there. They don't know why they're in these specific locations, which is
Uh-huh.
crazy. But it's like it was just amazing to see these standing stones, and then like even if you try to push it, you can see it's still standing strong after all them years. Like you couldn't even
Wow.
knock it down if you wanted to. They just standing there for since forever, going strong.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing I experienced out there in Scotland, which is cool. They got a
Mm-hmm.
lot. They got this one famous church. I forgot what it's called, but it had a lot of history out there too. They say that they got this guy he was actually killed, and he had got axed in the head, and his skull his body's actually inside the church, which got a lot of history, but the church is still active and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that,
Mm-hmm.
where you could go into the church, you could tour the church and all that, and don't worry, there's nobody gonna bother you, nothing like that. It's not haunted, nothing like that, but
Right.
it's just out. But the church is about a couple, like I think like 1,000 years old or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still standing, it's still active, and we got a lot of history out there.
Wow.
And then moving on down to UK,
Mm-hmm.
I actually went to Bristol,
Mm-hmm.
well, Avonmouth,
Mm-hmm.
which is about a couple out, which is about a few hours away from London, which I'm about to get to there shortly. But first, I'm talking about Avonmouth.
Okay.
Avonmouth is like another local town. It's amazing. They got a lot of good pubs out there. You
Mm-hmm.
got it's very how to explain it. You could say it's it's just a residential, pretty it's like I could say more like it's also a blue collar, like a lot of people working stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And after
Mm-hmm.
they go to the pubs stuff like that. Where you want to go to when you aim, you want to go to the Bristol. So you go to Bristol, it's like the
Mm.
bigger city, it's more active. You got the
Okay.
clubs, you got it's more you got the college area. You
Okay.
got yeah, you can see a lot. You see a lot more things.
Mm-hmm.
But as you get to London, when
Mm-hmm.
I took the train to London one time, and London pretty much remind me of New York in a way. Now
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the reason why I
Agreed.
say that before people start disagreeing with me, I'm not talking about the vibe and all like that. I'm just talking about just in general because
Mm-hmm.
London they got the subways just like they do in New York as well. And then
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you heard this place called Patica Circus. It's an area that when you
Okay.
look at it, look like it touch you, it look like you in Times Square. Like you got all the bright lights, a lot of people, a lot of tourists out there. Like
Okay.
it's
Okay.
packed. It's packed
What is it called again?
just Patica Circus.
Patagon Circus. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Patica.
Got you.
Patica Circus. Yeah.
Patica. Okay. Patica Circus.
Yeah.
See.
And
Okay. Okay.
that's like the Times Square.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the Times Square of London right there. It's like a lot of people out there, and pretty much you right there, you close to everything. You right there by Buckingham Palace. You over there
Classic.
by yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've been to the Buckingham Palace. Also been to the Brooklyn Bridge. On my Instagram, I
Okay.
actually got a story saved on there where I actually explored on there. I even was playing what's that dude name? Slick Rick. You know he's from the UK. So I was
Oh,
playing that.
what? I
So
didn't know that. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
he's actually from the UK. He was born in the UK, then he actually ended up living in New York for a while. But he's
Mm-hmm.
actually from the UK. So that's why I
Okay.
said,
Okay.
okay. So I made a thing. So I had to go my thing, my story. So yo, so I was playing children's story and I just walking around, cruising through, touring London and stuff like that. And it was just amazing out there.
Yeah. Did you
And
see Big Ben? You know that's the big clock
oh
tower.
yep,
You know that's popping
Big
that.
Ben, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I got there, it was on the if you look at my pictures on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
it was renovating it. Like it was all covered up though, but I actually got the picture of the
Uh,
clock itself though, but it was like covered up and they were still doing some work on it. I don't
okay.
know what it look
Okay.
like right now though. I think it should be done by now, hopefully, so you get a good look
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah,
But
man,
like,
I was in London too, as a matter of fact, and I was riding I just took you know those big red buses that be driving around.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I just got on a tour bus. I didn't have no destination I was going. I was just like, man,
yeah,
let me just get on this bus, and it just took me all around London. And just seeing, I'm just over here being a tourist, like just pictures,
yep.
pictures,
That's
pictures.
all I was doing.
Yeah, yeah, that's I
Yeah,
recommend it to those who's listening. I definitely recommend when you go travel, get lost on purpose, so to speak.
yep.
Uh,
That's what I always tell people. That's what I do. I was like, yo, I'm just get lost on purpose, man. Just see what's going on here, what's going on there. I'd be like, okay, cool. So that's how I ended up in Pedicle Circus. I actually ended up there by accident because I wanted to see Big
mm-hmm,
Ben, and then I'm like, okay, how far is Buckingham Palace from here? Buckingham Palace about
mm-hmm.
like, oh, Buckingham Palace like less than half a mile from me. I was like, all right, cool. I'm just walking down the street right here. I go there, I'm like, oh, dang, Buckingham Palace. And then I was just like, turn I'm like, yo, Meghan Markle, what's good? Like, where you at? And
uh,
then I was being a knucklehead. I had to take a picture of me on the phone booth, stuff like that.
got
I had
to,
to take it, yeah, I had to do
got
that.
to, yep,
It was
yep.
amazing.
Yep, mandatory. So let me ask you this: did you try? I know in London they got something called a scone. It's like a pastry, and you eat it with your coffee. Did you try it? You didn't. It don't look like you tried a scone.
No, I ain't
Have
tried
you
to scone.
tried?
Nah, I haven't
So
tried
it's a London little pastry, and a lot of folks from London and the UK, they eat it for breakfast. They eat it in the breakfast time, or they eat it, with just a cup of coffee. So yeah, it's called a scone. It's like a little pastry, and I believe it have like some what do you call that, whipped cream on top or something like that. You can have whipped cream on it or not. But yeah, that's one of the things I tried in London that you definitely try.
one thing. One thing for sure, though, I think I might have seen it, but just didn't know what it was. Though I probably have
Mm-hmm.
seen it, but I didn't know what it was. One thing I
Mm-hmm.
noticed too, for sure, out there in England in general, including Bristol, Avonmouth, even London,
Mm-hmm.
they got a lot of tea stores where they sell a lot of tea.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
they got when I tell
Mm-hmm.
they got like big bucket of tea, cause they're known for tea out there as well
Right.
too.
Right.
So
Right.
so I knew one time we was gonna be out again out to sea, and I was like, yo, I need some tea bags, stuff like that. So I'm like, yo, okay, I get some tea. So I go to the store. I was like, yo, I want to get like some cinnamon, something like that. And then
Mm,
so I made up this one guy, and he's like, gave me to get a taste the smell of the teas that they got, and I was like, okay,
mhm, mhm.
yes, I like this apple cinnamon one. So he hooked me up with a bag of apple cinnamon tea. He gave me like a little filter and stuff like that. I took that with me, and
Yeah.
to carry me for the whole trip.
Cool, man. And
Yeah, that shit was fun.
what about I know in London they big on what sport is that? Rugby, right?
Rugby, yeah, they
Yeah,
big on rugby, yeah.
yeah,
They,
that's a rugby country.
yeah, it's a rugby country. Yeah, oh yeah, that's like the Super Bowl. I think when I went, it was like around the Super Bowl time for them. They was in the playoffs. That's how they
Mhm,
was in the playoffs
mhm,
when I was there. Yeah, because them fans are
mhm.
crazy, man. Them
Yeah,
fans
man.
are crazy.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
you don't want to mess with them on that.
Yeah, no, you don't. You don't. That's like soccer. That's like soccer and soccer fans. You
Yeah,
don't want to get in between that. But what was the wet? Because I know when I went, it was cold in the mud, bruh. What was the weather
yeah.
like? What time of the year did you go? And what was the weather like?
I was there in the fall, so I was there in September and also in October as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so we got it was there'll be times where it was cold, be times it felt all right. But
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, it rains a lot. When I tell you it rains a lot, it rains. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Mm-hmm.
not like over here when it rains, it just rains the whole day. You can say
Mm-hmm.
it rains for like an hour or so, and then it'd be like, okay, yeah, like nothing happened. And then sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
have days that it just rains all day. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you can see why that country is green.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
rains
Yeah.
it rains every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That
Very
country's
cold.
green.
It's not really that sunny when I was there. Like I said, I think I went in springtime. I think in March or April or
Oh yeah,
something.
you had to peak where it rains a lot.
Man, it was freezing. I have never been, and I'm from Cali, bro. I'm from sunny
Yeah.
California in the sun, in Cal. Man, I wasn't ready. Nobody told me. Nobody told me it was
Oh
cold.
man.
And I had a sweater on. And nah, bro, a sweater.
Oh,
Yeah, you.
oh.
But the cool part about it is one of the cool parts that there's museums in London that are free. So if you like
Yeah,
museums,
yes.
whether it was an art museum, a history museum, a science
Oh,
museum, they were all free. So if you like museums, definitely you can hit those free
you got to
museums
go
up.
to. Did you go to the British Museum?
I did not. It wasn't a British. It
That
was nope.
that's the most famous one. They got everything. They got Rosetta Stone out there. They got history out there. Like
Really?
history. This is history like that they took from Egypt. Like they took like they got African history, Egyptian history, Greek history, American history. You name it, they got it. They got like all kinds of artwork from like all over the world
What's the name of
they
it again?
it's called the British Museum.
The British Museum. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's something to see. When you're in London, man, go to the British Museum, check it out, check them out, eat you a scone and all that stuff. Make sure,
yeah,
depending on time of weather, what time of the year you go, get you a
yeah.
nice more
Get
than
you a
just
real
a
jacket.
sweater, a pea coat, a jacket, a scarf, some gloves, a beanie. You need to
Yeah, 'cause
come
it do
like
get
full,
cold.
like really
It do get
prepared in
cold.
London.
It do
It's
get, and
no
I tell you, it get cold.
Man, so I mean, I'm sure we all know on TV we just see English. They just speak English but a different accent. Did you notice any other languages or anything like that?
I mean, you got people from all over. You got people from all over the globe as well too. It's not like yeah, they speak English with an accent as well. You got people from India as well too, where they run the
Mm-hmm.
restaurant as well too. You got the
Mm-hmm.
Chinese people out there as well too. They out there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
they pretty much diverse as well too. They got
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
and then one thing too, you find Jamaicans out there too as well.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think I saw a few. I think I
yeah.
saw a few. As a matter of
They even
fact, it
got
is a
Jamaican
you
bars
right.
out there.
Yeah, and it's a melting pot, like United States. You can depending on what area you in, it's just like you
Yep,
got you got your blacks, your whites, your Asians, your
yep.
Latinos. You got them all. You got them
You
all.
name
You
it, they
got your
got it. Yeah,
yep. Same like America. I know other countries. You go there, that's all you get. Like when I went to Chile, that was all. It was just straight Chileans. You don't see
Chile.
nothing
Yep.
else but Chileans. They anything other than that, boy, you reared in the mud. They're like, where are you from? You're not from
Yep.
here. You from somewhere else. I'm like, yeah, I can see y'all are all the same. But
Yep.
yeah, London got a very very diverse culture. What about did you notice what the music that was playing? What type of music did they listen to out there?
Oh, I got a I actually got a funny moment out there. Me and a couple friends, we went over to this. It was like a little club, or it wasn't a bar. It was actually a club, and I just had like I
Mm-hmm,
forgot what kind of night it was. I think it was like a college night or something like that.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
we go to the club. They play a lot of old school music out there. Music from the
mm-hmm.
'70s, music from the '80s, and these kids, they younger, they about like in they low to mid 20s, and they over
Uh-huh.
jamming. So they
Right.
over there jamming. So I'm like,
Uh,
I'm like, what's this? I'm like, okay. I'm like, what y'all know
that's
about
good.
this?
What y'all know about this? They listen to a lot of American. They got that American
Yeah,
music over there. Yeah, American
yeah,
everywhere. We everywhere. So
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
ain't
So
Adele from the UK somewhere? Or am I
yeah,
wrong?
Adele, that's part from Black Eyed Peas,
I don't know.
or,
Adele.
or
Adele. That's the only thing I
Adele.
know. She a good singer. I know Adele. Everybody know Adele, I
That name
thought.
sounds familiar. Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Oh, but
know
you know
though,
who's
but
also
I kind of know.
from the UK?
Cool.
Uh, that girl from the Fast and Furious, the latest one. I think 6 and 7 or 7 or 8.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, she's very
Natalie Emmanuel.
yeah. She from the UK. Yeah, it's a lot of folks from the UK. And it's
Yeah,
so funny is when
even
they talk. Who? Who?
Idris Elba.
Yep. See,
Yep.
it's a lot of folks. But yeah, man, as you can see, no, let's talk about the how was the airport? How was the flight? How was that whole because that's important to know when you
Oh,
travel. How's the airport?
oh
How was
yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
airline? Do you remember what airline you took out of curiosity?
I flew Delta. I flew Delta.
How you like Delta?
Delta's cool, man. Delta's really good. I like Delta.
Yeah.
United Delta's like my top airline. So like, I'm actually on a silver member with United right now and stuff like that. So yeah, they take care of me.
Yeah, man. It must be nice, bruh. It must be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
With the how long was that flight from where'd you take it? Yeah, where'd you take it from? How long was that flight?
I flew from New York to Heathrow, London,
Mm-hmm.
and that was about 7 hours.
Just straight, just a nonstop 7 hour
Not
flight.
Non-stop 7-hour flight.
From New York. See, from Cali, man, that we have to take a
Yeah.
layover
Oh
somewhere
yeah,
over there.
y'all gotta take a level. So but here's the thing though. I had a friend. We did a project. Off of Los Angeles. He's from the UK. He actually had a non-stop from LA to London. And he said the flight was about 11 hours.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I wonder how. Yeah. That's cool with me. Did y'all now? This is my thing when it comes to flights. As y'all know, I've been talking about food a lot on this podcast so far. So let's get back to this food on this airline Delta. Did you guys now? I have issues with some airlines who don't want to give out some food. They want to give you pretzels, and I'm like, lady, we on a 7-hour flight. You trying to hand me some pretzels? I'm a grown man. I'm gonna need me a hot meal, something that came from the oven. Don't give me no pretzels. Don't give me no pretzels.
Yeah.
You want a bag of chips? Lady, if I so what was did you get a hot meal or did they try to give you some pretzels?
Man, matter of fact, they gave me a hot meal. It was a hot meal. Matter of fact, they gave me 2 meals. Matter of fact, because I left in the morning from New York to London, so it was like, you want a hot breakfast? What you want? Eggs, bacon, something like that. It was like you give you a choice of breakfast, something like that. They give you a meal.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like I said, some of these airlines, like these budget-friendly airlines, nothing wrong with them if if funds a little short. But
Right.
I mean, some of these they trying. I'm like, yo, I just paid. I mean, I know the ticket was cheap, but I mean, I guess I see why. You can't get no food, can't get no drinks. You lasting to get on the plane. You ain't you ain't got no room. Your knees is touching the person in front of you. So I'm not. And then you got to pay for your all your luggage, even your carry-on. You got to pay. I'm like, man, y'all nickel and dime. No wonder why the ticket was so cheap, man. I'm trying to figure out what's really going on. What is the catch? You got to pay for everything. You want to breathe? Well, that's a fee.
You got a fee. Yeah.
But yeah, Delta with the Delta is what you got to pay for your bags under, and then you get to carry on and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah, you get to carry on and the personal item with you. You got to pay for your bag. Bag is about like $30, something like that. That's about it.
How was the customer service on Delta?
They was actually cool. They was friendly. They was cool with me. They was calm. Everything. Yeah, everything was peaceful. Man, I never had an issue or nothing like that.
For sure. And then, as far as the airport, was it like a big airport, busy airport? Did they have like a lot of restaurants in there?
Yeah, that was a big airport, man. You're gonna do a lot of walking if you got a connecting flight. So the first time when I went to I was on my way to Scotland. I had to fly into London, so I had to go to a connecting flight. So I had to do a lot of walking and stuff like that. I had to go to walk to the next terminal and stuff like that to get to my connecting flight to get to Scotland. But it's a very big airport. The second time when I got there, it was just like, okay, just get your stuff and then you just go through customs and then you're good. But you still had to do a lot of I still had to do I think just when you go on a transfer flight, you just doing a lot of walking and stuff like that. You got to click custom with them as well, and then whatever you can, you got to take all that with you, and then you end up at your gate. But it's a very big airport. It looked like a mall. It looked like a mall in there. When you go to your gate, you think you're at a mall.
I've been there. Yeah. It is big. What about customs? How was it a long wait in customs? Was it pretty fast?
It was pretty fast though. But one thing I learned something new. Your passports, they got a chip. It's a chip on your passport.
Is that new? Is that a new passport? They've been having.
I think it's a new one. If you take matter of fact, do you got your passport right now?
I have to go get it. I mean, I
gotta go.
The chip been in there. Yeah.
No. Okay. When you look at the passport, there's like a little logo on the bottom. When you look at the front book of it, there's like a little logo. It's like a little square thing on the bottom. That part right there is a chip.
Oh.
So yeah, I didn't know that till I got into London, and it's supposed to scan your passport. It's supposed to scan your passport real fast. It take your picture, and then you walk right through, and you're good. But for some reason, my passport had an issue with that. So I had to take it to this other guy and get a scan, this and that, go through the questions and all that. And he said, yeah, man, your chip's a little messy. Probably got to get a new passport. I'm like, all right. I never did that because it's the only airport I only had to deal with that stuff. So I'm like, I ain't gonna be doing that just for London.
Right.
Yeah,
And then I don't care what was the transportation like, local transportation like? Did you have was it Ubers or taxis or
yeah, they
buses
got
or
yeah they got for me to get to my to so when I had to go to London for work, they had
Mhm,
their own they had the agent that came pick us up. But my free
mhm,
time they got Uber and stuff like that where you can call them up and you go to Bristol, you go here, you go places you want to go to, and the price is pretty decent. You're
mhm.
paying in you're not paying euros, you're paying in pounds. You're paying in
Pounds.
pounds.
Yeah,
Cause,
remember
'cause remember
that.
you're going by UK rules,
Uh,
not euro.
Yeah, and the
And
pound is more than a dollar. Yeah.
yes, yeah, the pounds are
Yeah.
they're more than a dollar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had So
yeah,
don't
and it
if you see
fluctuates.
10 pounds, that ain't 10. Don't hand
It
that
ain't
man a
$10.
$10 bill. He gonna look
Nah,
at
no,
you like
oh
with the
no.
rest of
For the rest, yeah.
it.
You gonna be like, no, this is funny money, man. This is monopoly. Give me that real money.
Give me that. Yeah. That is funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Do you collect like because I know I collect when I go to different countries, I collect
yeah.
all the bills and different little trinkets and whatnot from different countries. Do you do any
I
collecting anything?
I collect coins. I know every country I go to,
Hmm.
I collect coins. Cause I know every time I come back home to visit my parents, my mom always want the coins like that. So anywhere I go, you name it, I got coins for them. Colombian
That
pesos, Dominican pesos, euros, pounds, you name it. I got pence. What they call that's what they
yeah.
call it. Yeah,
And
yeah. They
yeah,
call them
man.
pence.
To all my listeners out there, man, if you travel, I definitely recommend that you guys grab something, even if something real, minor. I grabbed a pen from London. I got a pen that with the flag of London, so I know where I got it from.
Yeah,
It was maybe a couple dollars or something, but they always got gifts, gift shops. Also,
yeah.
I recommend don't buy your souvenirs in the airport. They're
Oh no,
overpriced.
no, no.
Don't buy
Always, yeah,
anything in the airport. They're always
exactly.
overpriced, of course. The food is everything's overpriced because you don't have no other choice. I recommend always before you leave, hit up one of the local gift shops, get you a little trinket, a little souvenir to take home with you. That's always good, so you can keep it. And then years down the line, you bring them out. The next thing you bring back memories or whatever. So
Yeah,
yeah, the pesos is a good one, man. We on the same page with collecting
yeah.
money. Yeah,
And then
that's
another thing too that I always bring back. This is for one is for the household. I always bring back a shot glass for wherever I came from. Shot glass.
mm-hmm,
So if you ever come to my house,
mm-hmm,
we got like a whole cabinet full of shot glasses.
mm-hmm,
Not only just from me, but from other people that've been around the world as well too. But for me,
mm-hmm.
I've been bringing a lot. Of course, I brought like matter of fact, I just bring back one right now from this one is actually from Seattle. I also do it by states as well too. But
Mhm,
usually when I go to other
mhm.
countries, I bring it back from like Taiwan, Japan, the
Right.
UK. Sometimes I gotta buy two because some look just nice as the other one. So I'm like, yo, I'm taking both of them. And
Give
then
me not one or the other. Give me both.
get them
Yeah, I
both.
like
Yep.
that. I like
Yeah,
that.
because
I
they
like that. I like that.
just like you said, outside the airport, they're cheaper. So they'd be like $1 or so, or whatever. So you might as well
Mm-hmm.
take them. And then
Mm-hmm.
one thing I do too for my mom's friend, they'll ask for a keychains for all the countries I've been to. So I get keychains for them as well too, and
Yeah.
they like them, which is
Of
amazing.
course. Of
Yeah.
course. Did you let me see. Oh, excuse me. Let me see here. So we pretty much anything that you disliked about London. I know we always talk about what we liked and what we enjoy. Anything that you disliked or threw you off, or you don't,
I
like no, stay
mean,
away from that, or
I got annoyed with the rain and stuff like that. You also got your people. You also got some people that's you know, you're not gonna like everybody. You're not gonna like everybody. That's normal. It's like that here in the States. It's like that
mm-hmm.
everywhere around the world. You got
Mm-hmm.
some people that don't. You got some people that probably don't like us like that.
Mm-hmm.
There was one time where I wasn't there at the time, but my friend was telling me that he was on the phone talking to his wife, and a woman came out of nowhere and punched him in the face for no
Oh.
reason. So yeah, you got it. So you do got to be careful where you go to as well, because you got some that probably don't like us as well too.
Right, right,
And
right, 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 right.
and then there was one time when I went to go buy some shoes from this
Mm-hmm.
guy. Very nice guy to help me out. And I said, yo, man,
Mm-hmm.
what's there? I was like, yo, what's there to do out here?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, like, yeah, you notice how this area So you see how this area got a lot of pubs. It's predominantly this type of people out there, and
Mm-hmm.
they get a little crazy. They get a little drunk when there's a lot of pubs. They get a lot of drunk,
Yeah.
and a lot of times they
Yeah.
start fighting. So you got to be careful out there. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah. The reason I said it because my friend got attacked by this woman for no reason,
Man.
randomly.
Yeah, man. When you travel, man, there's stories for days. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
There's stories for days, man, that we can just. Matter of fact, speaking of any stories, that's I ain't gonna say a good story per se, but
yeah.
what other stories that happened to you that you did? What stories do you have? Because I know there's always stories on travels and trips. So what stories do you have for us, if any?
If any, man, oh, you might. I mean, it's kind of corny though, but you remember the Joker movie?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, yeah. Me and my friends we went to watch the movie in Bristol,
Mm-hmm.
and my crazy son was I was just laughing away the Joker been dancing and stuff like that. Not the part where he danced on the stage. I'm talking about like the end when he danced on top of the cop car. So what
Yep.
happened was I told my friend to record me doing that too. I was smoking a cigar, so I was doing the dance. I did the little
Turn
dance as
up.
well. Yep, I just turned up, and then my friends like say, "All right, Joker." He's calling me Joker and stuff like that. Just
All
doing a
right,
little
Joker.
thing.
When you travel, man, you gotta make memories, man. You gotta have stories, man. You got to.
Yeah,
And it's so fun. It's so fun. You can tell your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids, and all that
all you can
stuff,
do is just
man.
laugh about it, man. It's
It,
just so
it,
fun.
yeah. Believe me, I know. I got a few of them. Also, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. What was out of everything? I guess what was your favorite aspect of London? What did you like most about it?
Oh man, just the vibe out there. For the most part, everybody was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I know I said before there was some people that like you didn't want to mess with, but like that was
Mm-hmm.
like once in a blue moon when stuff like that happened though. The
Right,
one thing I
right.
like was where I got to explore a lot, I got to see a lot, and one thing that caught my attention too was I don't know if you heard of the Windsor Castle.
I have. Yes, sir.
That's actually where all the royalty people stay. In the states,
Mm-hmm.
people think that the king and the queen and Meghan
Mm-hmm.
Markle stay in Buckingham Palace, but they don't stay in Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace is more like the state capital. That's where they do their business, stuff like that. They
Mm-hmm.
actually go to Windsor Castle, which is about like 20, 30 minutes west of London.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
one thing that caught my attention was we met some locals out there that said like, the queen is in the building when you see the flag up. When the flag is up, the queen is there. And lo and behold, the
Ah,
flag was up there and the queen was in the building.
lo and behold.
Yeah.
I
So
like that.
yeah, we had a good time there. We wasn't able to go into the castle because it was packed. It was just tourists from all over
I'm
and that
sh-
line's long, man. But I got
mm-hmm.
pictures of that. And I noticed that
Mm-hmm.
at the time, Meghan Markle and I think she met Prince Harry. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't
Mm-hmm.
they lived within that area. They didn't live in the castle in general, but they lived like not too far from the castle. It was like right there in that little boundary where like
Okay.
it's protected, guarded, like the walls up and all that. And it was pretty interesting.
Right. Cool, man. Hey, cool, man. I think we touched London pretty
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 hard, yeah.
deep. So yeah,
Yeah.
we I think we covered London pretty good. So with that being said, to all my travelers, man, it looks like we have to catch a flight back home. We're done with London. And hopefully y'all got a lot of good value. Hopefully y'all got some souvenirs to bring back home with you. And then speaking of going home, on this flight back, we do have one last segment. Okay, one last segment is called the lightning round. Okay, so Derek, in this
Yeah.
lightning round, all right, I'm gonna ask you a list of questions, about 13 questions. Okay,
All
you
right.
two rules. You have 45 seconds to answer all of them, and then the
Okay.
next rule number two, you can only answer with one word answers. All right.
Okay.
So no long sentences, no paragraphs. It's rapid fire. It's rapid fire.
All right, rapid
So
fire. All right, cool.
all right, cool. Let me go ahead and get my rules and my questions ready. So with
All
that
right.
being said, and I think you already answered some of these questions. I don't know, but we're about to find out.
Yeah.
So you ready?
Ready.
All right. Now I'm looking at the clock right now. So 3, 2, 1. Favorite airline,
United.
your favorite hotel,
Hey, Hilton.
your favorite cruise line,
Ah, nah.
your favorite state,
New York.
your favorite country,
Dominican.
your favorite hotel booking site,
Oh man. Kayak.
your favorite flight booking site.
Oh man. Uh, uh, United.
one thing you must bring on all your trips.
Shot glass.
Where do you want to go next?
Man. Man. Korea.
Korea. What country do you like the least?
Least Samoa.
Samoa. What other state would you live in?
California, Florida.
And then what other country would you live in?
Panama.
And the last question, even though we passed that 45 seconds, we passed that. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. What is your favorite travel podcast?
Shoot, Darren Beckett's.
Good answer. Great answer. Great answer, sir. You didn't say the name, but it's okay. As long as you said Darren Beckett, that worked for me. That worked for me. So, hey, man, hey, much appreciated. All right, so let me see here. So it looks like I'm talking to all my travelers out there now. It looks like our trip is unfortunately coming to an end, but I believe that all of you guys got some great information, some great knowledge about what to do and what to see, what to eat, everything in the United Kingdom. And then with that being said, make sure y'all follow Derek Mack. You can find him on Facebook, Instagram, and I'll put all his social media handles in the video so you guys can definitely follow him, ask any questions or follow-up questions or whatever. Pick his brain, all right? And then
you can also look at my stories too as well, where I've been. And a lot of times when I travel, I also post a lot of stories of where I'm at. It's like that. I also got a story that's saved on there. You can look it up. They're all labeled with the countries I've been to as well too, so you can check them out.
Cool. So y'all heard it there. Derek, much appreciated, my brother. Thank you so much. And then now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna need your attention right now. The plane is now descending, so back to your seats. Buckle up. I need your trays up. I need your seats in the upright position, and we're preparing to land. So before we land, Derek, if you can do us one last favor before we hit the ground, can you give us one last piece of travel advice before we land, please?
Travel with an open mind. Have an open mind. Explore as much as you can. Don't be afraid of anything. Don't worry about what anybody says about a country that you never been to or they never been to. Experience it yourself. Experience all what you can, and then share with your peers.
I like that. That was great, man. Much appreciated. And then now, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for flying here with us at the Global Travel Podcast. We are now safely landed, so you can unbuckle your seatbelt, you can grab your belongings and exit the cabin. And with that being said, thank you once again, and see you guys on the next trip. If you would like to be a guest on our show and tell us about your travel experiences, then leave us a comment in the comment section below so we can reach out to you. Also, if you have any countries, states, or cities that you'd like us to review, please let us know so we can plan a trip there. Lastly, if you got some good value today and liked our podcast, please hit the like button and click subscribe so you can travel with us again next time. So subscribe right now because you don't want to miss the next trip. With that being said, over and out.